Hello friends, and welcome back to the Nut House, where we share a little glimpse into our life here in the countryside of Georgia. We live a simple life, we love the Lord, and we hope you stick around and enjoy the video. So today we're going to be making some cheesy breadsticks, and I'm going to start off with 1 cup of warm water and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to my bread machine pan. Now you can do this exact same thing in the mixer or even by hand. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. You can also use sugar or maple syrup or any sweetener that you have. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. This is pink Himalayan salt, and I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of vinegar. I'm using apple cider, but you can use white vinegar or any that you want to try. Now we're going to add 2.5 cups of flour. This is just your white all-purpose flour here. We're going to add that, and then we're going to add our yeast. Now on the yeast, I add 1 tablespoon because I want it to rise pretty quick. Now, if I were going to let this go the full bread machine cycle, then I would add 1 1/4 or 1.5 teaspoons of yeast and let it rise for about an hour. I'm going to season it up with a little bit of garlic powder. You can use oregano, garlic powder, basil, whatever you like. We're going to put it in the bread machine, and we're going to use the dough setting. Now I'm not going to let it fully complete its cycle, or I don't want to let it complete its cycle because I'm using 1 tablespoon and it's going to make it rise pretty quick. Now, my plan was to let it rise for 30 minutes, but I forgot about it, and I did have a little bit of over rising of the dough, which is totally fine. The kids still ate it and loved every bit of it, but technically you would not want it to over rise. Now, I want you to pay attention to the sides of the bread pan, and you see how we have bits of flour still on the side. This means that the dough is a little dry, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of water to it and let it incorporate and see if it makes a difference. I can always add more, but I don't want to start too high and have too wet of a dough. Turns out that the 1 teaspoon was what it needed. So here it is. You can see that it's over risen because it surely is deflating pretty fast. So now I have a little bit of olive oil on my countertop, and I'm going to press it out into a square shape. I added some olive oil to my baking sheet, and we're going to try to spread this out, but you'll notice that it wants to shrink back in on me. So I'm going to let the dough rest for around 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm going to try again. And after I did that, it seemed to want to shape up better. So here it is. I'm going to reshape it, and then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And then you can season it like I did with garlic powder if you want, but remember there is garlic powder in the bread dough itself, but we really like garlic, so I went ahead and added a little extra. This is a really easy lunch idea, or even a dinner idea if you want to have breadsticks in a salad or to go with your pizza. We're also going to add some cheese. I'm using this is mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese, but I have used cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack cheese. You can use pepper jack, even the shaky Parmesan cheese. I've used quite a bit of different cheeses and it all turns out delicious. Now, my children have requested that this is crispy on bottom. Normally, I like mine soft, but I let it go a little bit longer and let it get crispy on the bottom just for them. This is going to go in a 400-degree oven for around 15 minutes, but keep a check on it because sometimes with different ovens, it could be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes long. Thank you all for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment down below. We would love to hear from you.